Hello again, everyone. Edwin Lerner back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I should say, in this likely YouTube shadow band astrological segment, I'm going to be talking about Jupiter in conjunct the North Node in the natal chart. Now, some of you may remember when I first started my YouTube astrology channel, I did a series on the aspects in the natal chart. They're a little bit concise. Some people may have referred to them as snappy. So what I decided to do was make another series on them, which the videos would be a little bit longer and more descriptive. So anyway, first thing up is, an adjustment, which is the inconjunct, may be needed between expanding horizons, which is Jupiter, and moving where you are directed to, where you need to be directed to, which is the North Node. One or the other may be overemphasized. The key is to find balance and equilibrium between the two. So what it could be is that you may be constantly expanding horizons to the expense or the exclusion of doing, going where you need to be directed to activities that would propel you to where you're directed to, or it could be vice versa, the other way around, or you could be dominated by the activities where you feel you need to move toward, to the expense of just simply, going outside the box and expanding horizons, which is Jupiter. So again, the key is to find that balance, the harmony, the equilibrium with the energies. Now, another thing, let's say, for example, if the North Node is in Aries, you may feel, you may be direct where you need to be directed to. Maybe simply, expressing more assertiveness, aggression, or doing something Aries related, whether it be something with the military, physiology, speech therapy. It could be doing something associated with combat sports, or something with welding, carpentry, arson investigation, and law enforcement, as some examples. Now, another way Jupiter in conjunct the North Node may manifest in the natal chart is that there may be an imbalance, which is the inconjunct, between activities that are associated with the in-laws and foreigners, which is Jupiter, and people that simply figure prominently in one's future, which is the North Node. And you may be dominated by one or the other. One or the other may monopolize your time to the expense or exclusion of the other people. Now, let's say it could be that in-laws and foreigners could dominate your time to the point where you're depriving the time needed with those people that can figure prominently in your future. It could be vice versa, the other way around, where the people that are prominent in your future may monopolize your time to the expense of activities associated with in-laws and foreigners. So again, the key is to find the balance, the harmony, the equilibrium with these energies, with these people. And let's say, for example, if you have Jupiter in Taurus as an example, in-laws and foreigners that may figure prominently in your life scheme. One or more may actually be a Taurus, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant person, or simply embody the characteristics of the sign. It could be people that are stolid and passive, persistent, patient, persevering, trustworthy, loyal, steadfast, plodding, and deliberate, but may also be stubborn, obstinate, and materialistic as well. Now, another thing about Jupiter in conjunct the North Node and how it may manifest in the natal chart is that you may either express a tremendous amount of exuberance and enthusiasm, which is Jupiter, as far as going after your future, which is the North Node, or there can be none whatsoever. You may just be very stolid at times, or very apathetic, regarding matters that are connected with your future in general, in terms of going after it. And the thing about it is, let's say, for example, if the North Node, is in Gemini, your future may be tied in. It may be something with communication, such as data or satellite communications, reporting, journalism, writing. It could be something connected with manual dexterity, such as auto or refrigeration mechanics. It may simply be just about being more versatile, diversified, assimilating information, being able to disseminate and assimilate it, information, communicate well, being articulate, quick-witted, being open-minded to, manifold beliefs as some examples. And another thing about this is that Jupiterian people, may either be extremely advantageous or they may be very apathetic in what you're learning and aspiring to be, which is the North Node. It could be one way or the other, because, inconjuncts can give a lot of vacillation and distortion of energy. And the thing about this is, now let's say if the North Node is in Aquarius as an example, what you're learning and aspiring to be can simply be, being altruistic, selfless. It could be, being considerate, unobtrusive, innovative, more group-oriented. As some examples, it could be, it could be doing something, Aquarius related, whether it be astronomy, astrology, computers, electronics, meteorology, aviation, as some examples. But it's really more, I would say, about learning and aspiring to be, the qualities more associated with the sign, though, as opposed to the, actual field, or, position or career connected with the sign. Now, the thing, though, is just that you may also either be, exceptionally optimistic, which is Jupiter, or it could be the other way around, very pessimistic, in pursuing your mission and purpose, which is the North Node. Now, let's say, if the North Node is in Pisces, as an example, your mission and purpose, maybe tied in with the expression of altruism, sacrificing, helping those less fortunate, than yourself, which can include the impoverished, the homeless, the hungry, the oppressed. As some examples, it could be doing something Pisces related, whether it could be poetry, dancing, photography, chemistry, anesthesiology, or the metaphysical, which includes astrology. Now, also to developing, the positive attributes associated with the North Node placement. It could either be, extremely advantageous or no help, whatsoever, in matters with prosperity, which is Jupiter. It could be a lot of vacillation with this energy. It may be at times you feel, developing these, the positive attributes connected with the North Node, may be very beneficial in terms of your prosperity, or none whatsoever. Doesn't mean one can't be prosperous with this aspect, but what it could be is that the qualities associated with the North Node may not always be, overly, helpful in terms of just, as far as being affluent and prosperous may go. Now, the thing is, let's say, Jupiter is in the zodiac sign Cancer as an example. Prosperity may be attained, something Cancer related, whether it be something like cooking, restaurant, culinary work, working with food. It could be doing something with home remodeling, renovation, real estate, home caregiving, as some examples. And also, to fulfilling one's life purpose, which is the North Node, may either bring tremendous joy and happiness, to you, which is Jupiter, or it may not, at all. So it could be, going back and forth one way or the other in terms of, either having an exorbitant amount of joy and happiness, or just, none whatsoever in the life purpose. So it's good to, just to find, the balance and have, the certain enjoyment, in terms of fulfilling, one's life purpose, which is the North Node. Now, let's say, if the North Node is in Virgo as an example, the life purpose may be tied in with something with statistics or analytics, or something health related, or something with cleaning. It could be work with connected with being very organized, such as a professional organizer, as some examples. It could be also too something service related. Also too people that figure prominently in your future, which is the North Node, may either be extremely beneficial in matters with higher education, which is Jupiter, or no help whatsoever. So, let's say, Jupiter is in Libra as an example, higher education, college studies may be associated with. It could be art, music, it could be doing something, that would get you in a legal field. It could be studying to be an attorney or paralegal with some examples. It could be something connected with arbitration or negotiation, even scale design and production, because Libra is associated with scales. So anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment. Until next time, Edwin Leonard saying, stay well.